9 years, and then we have a game, ladies and gentlemen.
Getting the tea leaves out on that one, I think, maybe going a little too far, but we'll see how it works out. Luminosity, they need to just reset their minds, wipe that last game out of their memories, and hope that Fnatic will give them a chance here on the CT side. Pistol round about to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. Luminosity are 1-0 down against Fnatic. This is the map they have to turn up on.
Yeah, you see Pronax there actually buying a Molotov and 2 flashbangs. It's going to be a quick, probably a quick B round here. Flusha just scrimsing in middle and Wolfmeister faking A. Yeah.
Give him a bit of a test here early on, and a little bit faster of a move, although some good flashes coming in there, which means that they seem to have pushed them back away, but not pushed them away from the kills, as Flusha will be taking out Fallen. First of all, we do have pushes coming from around the T-spawn, and he might actually catch one out here. JW is going to take out Bolt, so we already have a 5v3. Flusha was watching the back there as well, as coldzera up inside of ladder room has to back away from it. Steel will be coming forward to watch JW, but 5 versus 2, this is almost an impossible scenario for them, and especially now as Steel will find himself alone. He's going to go head-to-head with Crims, who will take him down quickly, and Fnatic will pick up Pistol here on the terrorist side of Mirage, and starting off where they left on Train.
Yeah, and Luminosity, they just really fear Fnatic. Pronax threw one Molotov on that B-bomb site, and you saw a massive rotation coming from Luminosity. The only one that actually was around the area was Fair, and he was in T-spawn. Everyone else has just left the building, just leaving A completely open.
It was definitely hard to watch, no doubt about it. Mac 10's in the hand of a couple of AKs. It's going to be a fast push. A B site is just going to get overwhelmed here. Olafmeister's leading the charge with that Mac 10. coldzera will get himself one, but that is all there will be. And now that is the plump. No, they're actually just below the plane. They move one off. They just need the kills right now. They want to get the money. They want to get the eco, but, well, Fur and Bolts get themselves two. Now, Fallen on the full rotate. He's going to go all the way through underpass, but unfortunately for him, Flusha is ready and waiting the second he comes around that corner. They have the site on lockdown. Now Fur and Bolts being it all to do. And Fur is just going to get gunned down. Crims on point in that round, gets himself a triple. Fnatic, as you say, started off where they left on Train with 2 rounds. Now, cast your mind back to this morning. We saw a 7-1 T side almost get reversed. It was a strong start, so Luminosity just need to hang on until they can get those rifles and hope they can try and thread something together.
Yeah, one thing to know about Fnatic that when they actually pushed into kitchen having the B-bomb side, this is something they do quite frequently, and it's actually really good versus most of the opponent, because you're basically cutting off the rotation and you get so much space to work with on the after plan positions.
This is no space.
Yeah, you see the pace that they're really just moving through the map here. Yes, of course, this is a full eco for Luminosity, but Fnatic have complete control here, almost, of this A-bomb side. The bomb is still actually T4. There he's Fallen, going to be spotted by Crims, and he will just spray him on through the box. And, well, probably not going to be much of a round here for Luminosity either. In fact, JW is just waiting for the rotations. Will have a go at Fur. He's pretty much missed all his shots there, though. Not something that we often say. And Cold will pick up that kill, but of course there is no weapon to be had there, so they've not lost a whole lot here. Fnatic and Pronax holding off from ramp here towards CT spawn will combine with the rest of them that are in the window room, and it's now left to just Colts here, who should be able to get a kill or not because of the armor, and Olafmeister finishes him off. It's 3-0. Luminosity finally going to have guns, and we'll see what they're capable of.
Yeah, and I mean that round, you can't really take that into consideration because there was a full save. Luminosity tried to take a gamble and just stack B, and for Fnatic, they knew for a fact that Luminosity would not be buying anything, which, you know, obviously they still have the cojones to just run around, but it makes sense.
Well, at the moment, Fnatic seem to be playing without a care in the world, and maybe that's exactly what they need to do, because Luminosity are floundering every chance they get. But now they've got the rifles. This is where they have to try and make something count with JW landing the shots on really the big hope for Luminosity there, Fallen with that AWP. already dropped. Now they're just going to go straight through, straight up ramp ring. Fur just tucked away in dark. Can try and catch them out. Gets himself one, but his position is given away. Olafmeister with a quick spray down, looking towards his drop. Won't get a second, and now point plant will be simple for Pronax, but I'm not sure they want it just yet. They just want to try and hang off and get those rifles.
This is the fear for Luminosity. When Fnatic are just striding on there, JW of course smoked out, and just the automatic, I might as well take this shot and get him the kill off towards jungle. Cold and Steel will be trying to hold weapons, but Fnatic are already hot on their tail with Crims. Pronax may even push through there towards kitchen as well. Crims just checking out that they're not hiding inside of ladder room. And both of them in on this B side. Be nice for them to be able to take these two rifles on through into the next round, but will they be able to do that? We're going to find out. There is Crims, almost a jumping headshot there onto Steel, connecting instantly. Lucky for Luminosity. Cold will carry through the M4, but Fnatic up 4-0 and not skipping a beat so far on the T side.
Yeah, it's time for Luminosity to sacrifice something, perhaps get some extra powers. I don't even know what to do for them right now, but Crims just jump around getting headshots like that and showing no respect whatsoever for Luminosity either. So Luminosity just needs to play really aggressive now and just make sure that they just show no fear.
The issue is JW is just completely with that ult right now. He's not missing shots, and of course this is just a couple of pistol rounds. You're the sole man that was left to hold B site with that one rifle they had. I think he's just going to try and hold on to it again, but I'd be surprised if Fnatic are even going to plant. No, they are going to get the plant down. I thought they may even just hold off and just try and hunt him down with all the minute on the clock to run down, but Fnatic looking to stride their way to the semi-finals here. This will be a 5-0 T-side start, which is already very impressive. Luminosity with, well, just a hope and a prayer to try and keep the Brazilians in here, but it is looking pretty grim already.
Nice little shot there from Cold, but he's going to be fully blind. Apparently that doesn't matter as he takes out Pronax. Oh, he hits JW there as well. Ammo not really there for him. Almost took out JW, but they do finally hunt down that M4 and say one round was enough for you to carry it through. Not going to get that again, and he will have to rebuy that M4. The problem is, how do Luminosity read this game? Because Fnatic are not doing anything special. They are just pushing and playing full of absolute confidence.
Yeah, I mean, there's two options here. Either go aggressive yourself and try and lock them down, or you play very defensive. You see Fallen and Cold now actually both playing with an ops now. I actually do like this play, and they bought Molotovs. So you can actually try to at least... There we go.
Here we go indeed. Fallen with that quick double from the window with the backup of Fur and Bolts will give them a 5-on-2 advantage. Olafmeister still holding over in Palace with Crims just sitting with the bomb at T-spawn. This is a round that Luminosity absolutely must secure without falter. Fur onto Olafmeister through Palace. Took up a couple of shots before that smoke bloomed. Will manage to pick up the round. So Luminosity, here we go. Okay, one on the board. Double AWP setup now in their hands. How do they carry this forward? How do they try and build onto this one?
Well, yeah, again, you have the two ops, so when Fnatic are playing so aggressive like they are right now, you just have to make sure that, okay, you just cover an angle. If you want to go aggressive like you just did, just lock them down. Just make sure to show Fnatic that you're not afraid of them. They're not allowed to just run around like as they please. And on top of that now, they won a round now. They can afford more Molotovs, so they can actually, like, you use them in the beginning, so you make sure that you at least have time to position yourself in a much better fashion, and then let your ops do work.
Well, one round on the board here for Luminosity. It's a start. Still 5-1 behind though. Let's see what Fnatic do, whether they call for a bit of an adjustment after basically being slaughtered down middle that last round. We did see an early Molotov coming out with Cold watching from window. JW has once again found himself up early in Palace. He may have to challenge Cold here though.
Fur's going aggressive on ramp right now. Flush is the man that's holding the angle. Fur getting a little look, but there is smoke there. JW just not quite catching that shot in Palace, and that's going to force him out. But Bolts and Fur now would know his position. Question is, will they over-rotate, thinking that it is an A hit? Instead, they will hold steady.
Probably wise at this point, not really getting too much information there. Staying fairly defensive. Cold knows that he had control of middle there in the early stages and will continue to hold that one off. We see Steel with the usual hops up just to check out those B apartments, but 40 seconds almost to go in this round. Fnatic are going to have to start making a move, and it looks like they are going to be throwing a few smokes here over the top towards that A site, towards window as well. And will they call them here a fake? Will they push this one out? I don't think so. We see two men, actually one is rotating off here in towards kitchen. They finally decide, okay, it is going to be coming over towards B, and it'll be Fallen watching window.
He's got time in this shot as Pronex and JW pass on by. He doesn't manage to land it, and instead he will get dropped by JW with the counter. And now Bolts gets himself one. Cold Zero with a response as well. Pronex back at bench, just covering off the side there, but it is all Luminosity from kitchen. And then it's going to make it a little bit easier for Fnatic to try and hold this defense here. Just smoke it, flash it, Bolt pushes through, gets himself the Pronex, gets himself Crimson, now Olofmeister all alone on site, but look at this, he's getting the one taps down, Burr will take him out, and Luminosity will manage to cling on to the round. It's going to be 5-2. Are they on the comeback trail?
Yeah, Bolts bailed them out there one more time. You saw there when Luminosity actually fell back. Fallen actually took a very bad position because he basically just sold Steel on the B bomb site. He was all alone there, and they were coming from Catwalk, they were coming from B, and Fallen had a very bad position, especially knowing that Steel was... He had to battle all of them, especially missing that first shot. He ended up going down eventually as well, but yeah, we do have somewhat of a save coming in from Fnatic.
Got a fair assortment of grenades in this one though. You see a CZ, couple of Deagles in there, Tech 9 and a P250, so Fnatic may look to just break Luminosity's confidence at this stage. Failure will be just peeking over the top of the smoke, but Fnatic are just around the corner from him. And he will back away into the site. And with that, maybe think, okay, Fnatic aren't there. They didn't push around early.
He's got a little angle on that smoke. Here come the grenades. So they're going to try and make a wall of smoke. Olofmeister beautifully just backs into the corner, and that forces Fur to switch his position, but they haven't managed to flush him out of dark, and they're still very delayed in coming up ramp. Now they're going to make the move, but Crims finds Furhead the second he comes around. Bolt still back at Toll Booth, manages to nail Olofmeister to the wall, but Pronex not going to be able to get the plant down. JW will get picked off, and Bolt's doing a grand job once again for Luminosity to keep them at bay. It's just Flusher and Crims. Flusher will be picked off. Cold Zero closes out the game, and now third round on the board for Luminosity. Fnatic will have money back on the board though. Remember, it was just a bit of a save.
Yeah, and the Bolts one more time is saving them. You saw there, Luminosity did a good job actually when you saw the smokes coming over, just throwing Molotovs left and right, just making sure that Fnatic needs to take a little bit more time, because the more time you spend, the more time Fnatic spends there, the less time they will have with the smokes down, getting the bomb down, so great job.
Let's see here, Fnatic looking like they may go for a bit of a change of pace. Fallen already up inside of the balcony. Will Molly and throwing quite a few grenades out early on from this, and there's the peek from Cold Zero. Will take down Crims at the start as well, so instantly into a 4 versus 5 advantage with Luminosity, but this B bomb site is going to come under pressure and push into short. Is here, Olaf will get the first kill. There is still though a man at Vanic. Fallen that will take that one. He'll get JW as well. Falls though to Pronax.
Oh, but he Cold Zero is quickly onto site now. Pronax's position is very much known. It's a 3-on-1. He's going to hop up, try and go for the chance shot, but it's not going to work out for him like he did for Crims, and Cold Zero holds steady. It was all about Cold Zero as well, getting that first shot and connector, giving the information across to Luminosity, and now Luminosity starting to build up a little head of steam here. Finally, they feel they've earned the respect of Fnatic.
Yeah, and notice the difference there as well. Yeah, Cole did get the entry, but then notice Fallen as well. He was not in kitchen this round. He was actually helping Steel out on the B bomb side. Sure, Steel did not manage to get a single one of them, but they did not expect Fallen to be there, getting 2 really nice up kills.
Once again though, Fnatic will be trying a bunch of flashes, and they're going to go straight for this B site. There's a Molotov coming in, and 3 of them are burning down completely, and this is going to be an easy round as Cold and Steel will combine. Flusher last man left here with a bomb down on site, and Cold will pick up another kill there, his 3rd of the round, and Luminosity will bring us back to a 5-5 game.
Yeah, very solid so far. Since Luminosity, they are getting their economy in shape and they are using their Molotovs correctly. Fnatic just tried to do a very aggressive round with a bunch of flashes. But yeah, Luminosity is doing a really great job, and the double off setup is really working out for them.
Well, and it's another streaky game. 5 rounds responded by 5 from Luminosity. coldzera, the new member of the team, only joined them just under a month ago, I think it was, before they set themselves up a boot camp. And we heard Fallen singing his praises, how he's brought some new tactics to the team. At the moment, he's certainly holding very steady with his AWP. A lot of people questioning when ZQKS, a great AWP himself, was replaced, what coldzera was going to bring to the team. And, well, it seems the double setup is very much in full effect. But now they're going to try and challenge that mid. Fallen gets a little peek around the side, but doesn't find Olaf.
Just a little bit of a back away here. Cold just spotting the top of one man inside of mid. That was a bit of team damage there. I think there's a clip in the wall. Flash will come in. Oh, that was almost a freebie for Fallen. Misses a second as well. And they've now killed on spot. This may be a disaster for Luminosity. Misses another one. Not what we used to see in there from Fallen. And Fnatic are all over this A-bomb site now. Only Steel remains. He will surely go down. He's got 4 more to find if he wants to win this round. And they're going to try and hunt him down and get rid of that M4.
Oh yeah, wow. I mean, Fallen there, he must be quite upset about that one round. Having 3 basically kills on his board in connector, not hitting a single shot, just made Luminosity cost him the round. So yeah, Volvo, please.
I mean, that was a tragedy to look at down connector. So many AWP shots being missed by both Fallen and coldzera. They both had a couple of chances, but that has given AWP straight across to Olaf Meister and JW. Well, actually, Olaf's tossed it away. He's like, you know what, I know on it. I'm going to keep it M4. So he'd thrown that AWP away just before the end of the round. So choosing to stick with just the singular AWP. Fallen back on the board with his AWP. Now, he's actually very close on ramp, on flusher. Third does manage to find Pronax quickly. And that's a little B information fact-finding hunt. Back down quickly.
Bomb is over towards B as well. Yep. 3 men actually in that A-bomb site there for Luminosity. And Olaf will just try and gain some control. Oh, already pushing up, and he might get himself one. Almost got the second there as well. JW with the P250 will bring it back. But it is already a 4-on-3, and JW only with 9 health. He's going to make this round hard, difficult for Fnatic to finish off. A little sneaky boost here from Olaf.
Bolts is set up in perfect position for this. I think they're expecting it with that smoke down, but he's not looking in the right place, and Olaf Meister makes it very easy. And suddenly it's a 3-on-3. And with full mid control, they could go anywhere until Fallen strikes from Tollbooth. Now he receives the position. They are trying to back away through underpass. They are coming Steel's way, but he's covering off on short. He's now realizing it, getting a sniff of what is happening as he backs away, and he will get himself a little glance, but there's only 20 seconds on the clock here. Olaf Meister's going to have to quicken up the pace. Still nothing in the utility to try and slow them down, but he will catch a glimpse of Olaf Meister's head first. Flushing with the bomb plant, has to get it down. 10 seconds on the clock, he's got time. coldzera Fallen, they have to push on him. He's just going to try and challenge them, and he will go down. Luminosity pick themselves up another round and close it out 6-6.
Yeah, Fair with a really great aggressive play there in on ground, getting 2 kills, and then Fallen just locking the A-bomb site down there. If he would have gone down to JW, the A-bomb site would have been completely open. Fnatic could have planted the bomb and just held the alpha plants. And now you see Fnatic not with a lot of money. You see Galil, and you also see a Deagle on Crim. So
spending up everything they've got here to try and gain this lead back. Credit to Luminosity. They got hammered in map number 1 on train. It looked like this one was going a similar way as well, sitting at 5-0 to Fnatic on the T side, but Luminosity managing to bring this one back, and we're now all tied up at 6 rounds apiece. Just a couple more to go. And Luminosity, almost unthinkable after that start that they had here on CT side, that they may go through into the second half with an actual lead as Cold goes down, and this may be the push in from Fnatic.
Olaf Meister allowed to just roam his way straight down the middle and pick himself up 2 kills. That is not how you win rounds. Steel will respond with one of his own on JW at B site, but this is very much Fnatic's advantage, with Steel just down to 24 hit points. Olofmeister still yet to move, holding steady while the rest of his team start their slow and steady rotate. Steel with just that little low hit points has to be so cautious here. Is he aware of Olofmeister? Yes, he is, and that may well just give them a little advantage, but they've given on B site to try and get that kill.
Bad news for them here, but look at this, falling and a run off towards that T-spawn, and, well, easy frag really for Flusher. He was sat all the way back there, and it's 3-on-2 with Steel only on 24 health. But it looks like they will retry on this bomb site. There's the big flash going in. Both of them blind up. The peek from Crims will leave them guessing. Is he going to push that window? There we go. One come through, two come through, and it's Crims and Flusher that will combine there. And Fnatic bounce back here in this one, and will now take the lead at 7-6. Real back and forth stuff.
Yeah, and you saw there, Fnatic actually taking advantage of the fact that Luminosity don't seem to want to take mid control that much. You see Cold on Catwalk, they're all alone, and Fnatic with the smoke into window and one more smoke to just make sure that they don't get shot from connector. Getting the kill on Cold just opened up the map so much for them, and it just left Luminosity in a very, very awkward situation.
And of course that's left Luminosity's economy in tatters. You can see just mag 7 for Mass. There's all that's left. There's a tower coming out here. It is JW spinning around, looking above that smoke, but nothing to be found. Olofmeister creeps his way forward once again to connector. Pretty much given free will of this map, as you said, pointing out around that mid. Fallen Bolts, Fur and Steel, all four stacked over on A site, trying to pray that they come that direction, but I think Fnatic have caught wind of that. They're already starting to press towards Cold Zero over on B.
Still plenty of time this round as well to find where Luminosity really are. Bomb is certainly way over toward this B site, and Cold Zero, see what he can do. A mass in hand, Pronax and Crims. Two more on short. He's going to give his position away. Tried to go in there for Crims. It will be Pronax that gets the kill. And that is their in onto the B-bomb site. They will be getting the plant. There's this dink through the wall, actually, first of all, onto Olofmeister. And will then be finished off. So it's technically a 4-on-4. And they've got the AK. And they've taken down JW, which will now gift for AWP. But can they make it back into the site? Pronax will be watching all the way back. Inside kitchen further, will open up the frag, gets himself another one. This is 4 for Fur, and he is going to get himself the A. He's got no kit. There is no kit in there, but I think he's got time for this one.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, he does.
Fantastic from Luminosity, and well, maybe that's just a little bit of magic that Luminosity required to get themselves back in this one, because that was just buy what you can. A mishmash of FAMAS, a mag 7 and pistols, and yet Fnatic maybe a touch overconfident there in their play, giving up positions.
Yeah, and you're having the bomb down on Fur, obviously getting the first one in connector. JW missing the shot from Catwalk. Fur then getting him as well, and just keeps on rushing, keeps on pushing. They have to get a move on because they did not have a kit, and that obviously ending up with an ace. It was an amazing round by Fur. Exactly what they needed.
It was closer than I actually thought it was at the end of it, as Fur is going to push up aggressive, but Olofmeister gets the better of him. Fallen will be there to back up, but he needs to run good because Fnatic are already all over that A side.
They're going to try and push in and get a fast plant here. Great smokes, complete control by Fnatic to cover off the site. Bolton Fallen trying to find something, try and get an angle, but Crims has rotated so heavily. He's already back around in towards window room. And now Steel finally going to come around the back of him, but Crims already hears him coming. That's going to slow things down. Still 4 members surviving, but Cold Zero now on the reset. Here they go. JW going to peek around the side. Steel will knock him down. Can they try and close things out? Flusher will get caught out. Pronax, the sole man standing. 2 on 1. That Molly's going to catch him. I don't think he's going to carry that stick. The defuse. He'll go down. He's burned in the flames. The bomb is taken, and Pronax will pick up the round. Fnatic will close out the half, 8-7.
Yeah, and Pronax extremely smart, getting the first initial kill, having the Molotov. He hears the Luminosity start to defuse, and obviously he knows for a fact he's not going to have time to actually run there because Luminosity had actually one more member just holding the diffuser, throwing the Molotov. Game over. The one person that was defusing, he'd had the smoke grenade as well, but there was no time for him to even pick it up and throw the smoke on the Molotov.
Funnily enough, Pronax, I think up until those last couple of rounds, actually was sat on about 2 frags for most of that game. Not exactly pulling them in this one, and well, Fnatic have the lead, and now they're going to go over, and we'll see exactly what they can do with this one. Going to be tough for them.
It's not the first time Pronax has done that with a molly either, to end things out. Think back to Cloud9, the poor old triple burn. He knew exactly what he was doing. He held a perfect angle. The bomb was planted for it, and he bounced it brilliantly. You thought for a moment Luminosity were actually going to pull something out of that half, but 7 rounds on the CT side, it's nothing to be sniffed at. It's not the greatest of scores, but it's definitely a lot better than they were looking at the start, you know, when they were 5-0 down.
Yeah, I mean, at least Luminosity is trying to fight back, and 7 rounds, again, it's a lot better by the looks of it. Fnatic start off with a 5-0, and then Luminosity fighting back, making it a 7-8 scoreline, switching over to the T side now. It's not over. They can still, again, as long as they don't make sure that it happens the same thing as on Train, where they give Fnatic too much respect. You need to still take map control. You still need to create your executes, because you have them in the bag. Again, like you were saying, D-Man, before, this is one of the maps that you know, Luminosity got known for back in the day.
Yeah, we've got to see what they've got in their bag. Have they managed to figure something out? Remember, this was Fnatic's map choice after all. They are very, very good on Mirage, no doubt about it. They've got fantastic win rates on just about every map. They're the only team, actually, in the tournament that has over 50% win rate in every single map offline that they play. They just attest to their fantastic form over the last year.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that they just don't lose a lot in many places. That's the real problem. And honestly, this tournament been no real difference either. We've seen from their 2 group stage games, from the first map here on Train as well against Luminosity, that Fnatic are in form right now. The question is, how much form? Will they be able to close out this one here in 2 against Luminosity, or will we need cash as a third and final decider game?
Yeah, we actually do see here Luminosity preparing to set up for a smoke round, so they actually close off. So we'll see an A split coming in.
Let's see how it works out for them. Fallen and Steel are going to be the ramp pushers, while Cold Zero Fur and Bolts look to flash himself around the corner. Flusher's going to be the man that will be tested at short, and he will go down quick and easy. Steel did get dropped at ramp, but he's going to be straight in towards B. Pronax trying to hold them at bay at short, not going to be able to land the first, but he will manage to get a second. Crims pushes back through window. He's going to get kept at bay, and the plant will come down from Cold Zero, but they have to hold off. Crims and Olofmeister are pushing on through still. Fallen on a very long rotate. He's left his friend in need. 8 hit points was all that's remaining. Crims will get on towards him, and now Fallen in a 2-on-1 will get dropped. Crims went huge when he needed to there, picking himself up a triple.
Yeah, I actually don't like that round that Luminosity did. They had 2 smokes, and they had 3 guys in the middle. What they should have done instead, just basically just make sure you cut off the bomb side, and you can just A-split there instead. Because what happens is when you do this round, it's not necessarily a fake either, because what happens, Fnatic member will actually just push out Catwalk and get the initial peak from all the way on Catwalk. By the time he spots them, the take doesn't even matter, because Fnatic can just easily rotate back and just have a lot of members on the B-bomb, so by the time they actually reach it.
Utilize those smokes and push with them, especially in those rounds where you've got so little to work with. Fnatic starting off well once again. Both pistols this game go into them, and just that fact alone makes it incredibly hard to win against any team, never mind a team of the caliber of Fnatic. Here we go then, full push onto the A side. The SMG's actually falling early on here. Jamie and Crims both down. We do have Olaf here inside of Palace. He was spotted. Bolts would push him, but Olaf had already readjusted position. It's now a 4-on-3.
Great little smoke and counter smoke play. Pressure and Pronax over towards jungle, but Olofmeister's the man that's causing the problems, and this is a great little retake situation. Fur and Steel have to do something huge here to try and keep them at bay once again. They are going to get the spray down, but it's going to be Pronax from behind. Now Steel just needs to delay them. He's got next to no hit points. Just hold back, don't show yourself. Took away. Flush is going to peek, gets around the side, but I don't think they've got time. They won't get the defuse. They have to back away. Luminosity gets the round.
Yeah, good round by Luminosity. Just using a regular smoke, a smoke round, getting the 2 initial kills. It looked very, very grim for them when all of Meister kept on staying alive in Palace. They did get the bomb up, but Fnatic really had the whole site. But for still staying alive for so long, and Flusher was the only one with the kit, and he was fighting in no vein, and obviously Luminosity ends up winning the round.
Well, this is a chance now for Luminosity then on the T side. We need 8 more to win this one and set us up with a 3rd and final map. I think it's about time here in the quarterfinals that we saw a 3rd and final map being used. Let's see how this one goes though, because Pronax, of course, did save that UMP.
Oh, Pronax going very aggressive over on the side. Look at this. He's actually going to push on through the smoke. He's going to find Steel and first straight away around the corner. Steel will get the kill, but the damage was done. That was the single UMP they had at hand. And Flush was looking to try and follow through and do the same. It might catch Steel completely unawares as he pushes through, but Fallen has found JW, and that's opened up mid-control for Luminosity.
And they're already going to be pushing up with Fallen here. He's going to have 2 men to work with though. Crims will actually come around from the side, basically baited in there by Olaf Meister's position. Cold doing a good job of keeping away. Olaf only got 3 health here, so he's not actually going to be able to pull anything off by the end. In fact, we'll just back away, do a big loop around back towards that A site. I mean, the bomb's not even down just yet. That will happen for them though. And what is Olaf going to do? He's having a look, see if there's anything worth keeping there, anything worth claiming for him in the dying seconds of this one, but as I said, not really a lot to be picked up unless he tries to somehow get out of connector, but he knows that Cold was on short, and he'd be trying to hunt him down for that extra little bit of cash. The bomb will explode. Luminosity with this round going to tie us up at 9 apiece.
Yeah, and despite the fact just losing 2 members, it doesn't really matter. At this point in time, for Luminosity Gaming just to win these rounds are very important. So we saw that when Fallen actually went down, when Cold was actually up on catwalk as well, there was really no help there. By the time Fallen actually saw the 1 member, Cold could just easily just turn to the left and help him out, and the chances are that both of them would have stayed alive. But nonetheless, it's a round win, and now we'll see Fnatic will buy.
Yeah, they did manage to hunt Olaf Meister down there at the end as well. I'm not sure if you quite caught that, but it is all square, 9 apiece, but now Fnatic, of course, into a buy round. They've got themselves the rifle. This is the real test for Luminosity.
Let's see how it goes for them then. Early smokes coming out here down mid. No AWP in play for either side still early on here in the second half.
It's a fine smoke. It's actually going to sell Luminosity a bit of a fake here. JW is getting all the information he needs. He saw Fallen walk past there, and as soon as it clears out, he will manage to land that easy shot. That's the danger of that smoke. Sometimes he can't quite land, and it just gives him that little angle. That's all he needed.
First frag going in then for Fnatic. And that may just leave Luminosity scratching their head somewhat. They have pushed Cold up on short with the help of another smoke. They know that JW was somewhere around window. Flusher actually here on short as the flashers come over, will back away. JW also adjusting his position to make sure he doesn't get taken by surprise from ladder room, and as Cold comes up there, he will make that an easy frag. Meanwhile, Crims has got a kill over on A. Fur is pushing up through connector, so it's a little bit everywhere on the map here from Luminosity, but they are a man behind in this round.
It's a 2-on-3, but Steel and Fur choosing seemingly to sneak their way towards B, and you can see that Pronax and Flusher are holding sight. Flusher's ready to rotate at the moment's notice, but Crims is quite comfortable. He's managed to get the kills over there. Now they're going to creep straight in. Pronax is getting the little hop, skip and jump. Did he just catch a glimpse on short? I think he did. I think they saw them. That means Fur and Steel, they're going to scatter, they're going to spread, but it's not going to work out, and they caught them. That little glimpse is all that Pronax needed to get his soldiers in position.
Yeah, first the smoke in the window room there. I actually thought that it was intended for Luminosity Gaming, because it really catches CT players off guard, because when they see a bad smoke, they're like, oh, I can still see middle, I can still see middle. If they were to double nade that, JW would have gone down. But it's very important, because obviously that was not intended. They didn't even know that he could see. It's very important at this level that smoke in window lands 100% perfectly.
Now that will force Luminosity over onto the eco, and Crims is already getting himself started along with Olaf there inside of Palace. 2 men down in a very early stages of round 20. Fnatic, of course, now in double figures, just 6 away from booking their place in the semi-finals of ESL 1 Cologne 2015. And for Luminosity, a long road back. Maybe not starting with this round either.
Yeah, great read from Crimson Olfmeister. They both double team, went aggressive in towards Palace. They read that situation. JW was covering off ramp as well, so they absolutely expected a bit of fast play from Luminosity. It's not quite so fast, it was stopped dead in its tracks, but it's going to go nowhere, and they're barely going to get a scratch on towards Fnatic's armor, let alone anything else. So 11-9, Fnatic. Now their economy starting to set up. Luminosity will be able to buy themselves back into this one. It's going to be a bit of a mishmash force. It is going to be double Galil. Let's see. They have to pick up this round, otherwise Fnatic's economy is just going to start getting stronger and stronger. Once Fnatic start getting their hands on those AWPs, or maybe they don't even need the AWPs to close out the game.
Yeah, no, I would have actually loved to see Luminosity just do the same smoke round grenade that they did on their force buy, just because of the fact that they have a very low buy. They don't be able to hold off Fnatic with a lot of smokes.
Saw a triple nade there, down towards A, and towards that T-spawn, but Luminosity is not pushed up from that one. They are going for something a little quicker here, over towards B. Pronax will get himself one for, does come around there. They didn't combine quickly, but JW is on site. The rest of them will come around the back, and it's kill for kill at this point. 2-1 is what comes out of it, and it's just Crims remaining for Fnatic. Does have a kit, has one flash to work with, but can he find the 2 kills? Ooh.
That's a great little play as well. They're going to completely sell his fate. But Crimson's in a good position. He can turn and spin and get the watch the cross. Unless he creeps a little forward, he's maybe expecting something. Now he's got to be expecting a sight, and he's going to get a little vision, but he doesn't catch a glimpse. Bolt's yet to pass over. Does catch a slightest glimpse of Fallen, but they're in a good position to keep this one at bay. Crimson's going to have a real tough ask at trying to go for the retake. He's going to expect one at booth and expect one to the left of him, which is why he's just going to sit and delay. Flashes it out. No smokes, unfortunately, for him to play with. He's just so nervous that there's somebody in and around Tetris. That's what he's looking for. Can't find a guy. Great little round for Luminosity there, all totally carved open by Fer. Got that quick kill on Flusher, and they were very fast to respond. They knew Pronax was going to be on his own on B site, and they pushed it quick.
Yeah, normally you actually see Pronax holding where Flusher was, but they actually managed to B-split it, having 2 rush up catwalk as well. When you get the kill on Flusher there, I actually really like the Luminosity's choice there of just going fast.
Well, it brings them back into the game. They're not out of this one just yet. 6 rounds that they need here to take victory on Mirage. It sounds like a small number, but against Fnatic, I'm not so sure about that one, and especially now that JW will have an AWP to work with. He's not going to have any easy pickings, though, at least at the start of this one.
Oh, this could be good. They're going to try and sneak on through. That smoke's not quite covering off ramp, and they're already through. Olofmeister sees them, though. Crimson's going to get himself in position. JW is on a long rotate coming towards CT spawn, so it's going to be a passive retake coming from Fnatic. They're going to give up the spawn to Luminosity, but Luminosity are not taking it. Fnatic have got 5 men in position for the retake, but Luminosity, they're delayed. These is keeping them at bay. They're still yet to find themselves a kill. There it is. coldzera gets in on towards Flusher, but Crims, if he just hopped up and over, he would find himself so many kills. He will manage to get the man on lurk. And now Fallen still trying to get in and get that plant down, but this is a great little setup from Fnatic to retake.
3 left here. Now he's gonna drop all off. JW also just getting clipped up, and he's down to just 17 health. So this one not over here. They do deal with JW, and it's 1 versus 3. Couple of men low health for Pronax. Bomb still not planted with 34 seconds to go. A cute little boost, and Pronax gets the shot onto Fer. Great reaction shot, but they pushed it together there, Luminosity, and they will bring us back to a tied game at 11 apiece.
Yeah, and Fnatic with a very low amount of money now. Luminosity, actually, they should really not win that round. Fnatic, they over-peaked, knowing that Luminosity didn't even plan. They don't even need to peak. They're playing very passive. The only thing they need to do in that situation is just wait for Luminosity to start planning, and then just start peaking, because Luminosity had no nade stuff. There's no way that you should win the round.
Quick little flash is going to get challenged. JW in window will get caught out quickly by coldzera. And then Steele and Fallen going to try and capitalise on that one. Flusher on short, quickly dropped. that smoke will get extinguished. Olafmeister's going aggressive through underpass, but unfortunately for him, Luminosity were already backed away. They have full mid control. And Fnatic looking to maybe give the lead to Luminosity for the first time in this game. Something wasn't quite sure would happen, but they've managed to take round by round, slowly but surely, steadily working down Fnatic. Cold Zero with a triple. Olafmeister not able to quite land those CZ kills, and he's going to try and escape with his life, but the plant will go down. They know where he is, and Steel gets himself the kill. So 12-11, Luminosity, the Brazilian hopefuls, get themselves the lead against Fnatic.
Yeah, and a massive feat as well. You know, having Fnatic actually work for their money, which is awesome. We'll see Fnatic with a buy yet again here now, though. And for Luminosity, it's just keep on going with the same pace as you have them. You do have rounds of work versus Fnatic, and you see the same thing now going in for Luminosity as well, getting ready for the A smoke round.
Spending up a lot of cash here, Fnatic. Pretty much everyone on 0 after this buy. Feeling the pressure maybe now a little bit after what was a fairly easy first map and what looked to be a second map that was going to be just as easy, but that was quickly turned around. We see these positions getting set for Luminosity to make their move on the map. Fnatic at this point spread with 3 on 8, 2 over towards B. What are they going to do? Smoke's going to go over, Flash is going to be coming in. Push is on here from Luminosity. Can they get the better of Fnatic?
JW just tucked himself in. No Smoke's keeping his vision locked. Nobody coming from Palace, so he's got nothing to worry about to the left of him. It's only the right, but when Olafmeister's getting himself a quick and easy triple, what on earth can you do? Steel's still alive in mid there. He's going to get challenged down by Flusher. He will drop, and just all across the map, Luminosity's attack has stopped dead in its tracks. Fallen, no chance he's going to keep hold of this all throughout this game. He's going to try and get a little peek across there. A little bit of magic is what is required, but he is in a very tricky situation. That was a solid hold by Oliver.
Yeah, and Luminosity again trying with the A smoke round. The problem was there when by the time you smoke and see this spawn, there was no flashes coming over, and Olafmeister just jumped on the box with a nice triple kill, because Luminosity, they were stuck in the A ramp, and by the time you start throwing the smokes and you throw one flash over, you have to go. You have to push forward, not letting Fnatic take advantage of the fact that, well, there's no smoke or there's no flashes here. I'll just stand in the smoke and just shoot you by the time you get up.
And there was no man from Paris. The guy in the middle was obviously going to get a challenge from Flusher. That was no problem, but there was no other distractions. It was just a one simple 4 guys on ramp. This is an easy spray down, and it worked out well for them. 12-12, ladies and gentlemen. This is Fnatic looking to try and close it out in 2. Can they get towards that semi-final spot? Virtus Pro await them, and we're going to be looking at Interest on Mirage, of all things, one of the maps they are favoured at playing. I'm not too sure they want to challenge Fnatic on it though, because they looked solid at the start, but 12 rounds is more than anybody else has managed to garner against Fnatic, so you can't rule out Luminosity just yet. But this rifle round means absolutely everything for them, because their economy will not be standing if they lose it.
And for now, it's been a quiet one. Furs managed to get himself into mid. Will spot the head of JW and take the head of JW there as well. AWP down. It's a 5 versus 4 for Luminosity.
Ooh.
Make that a 3 now, as Olaf will be picked off by Fallen. They're going to push right on into this A site. Let's see if Fnatic in the 3-on-5 decide to go for it, or whether they want to keep these weapons for the next round.
They should save here. They don't have any money. They can't buy next round. You have Olafmeister with the only one with money. Everyone else with no money at all. And having Flush and Pronax save now is the right way to do here.
Well, can't be caught out here. First rushing up. Oh, he's not looking. Got his back turned, expecting, to be fair, to look fine and Flusher. So, Luminosity back in the lead once again. This time, they barely had any utility coming into that round, and instead, they just managed to get straight kills.
Yeah, Fer getting the pick on JW in middle there. JW picking all the way up mid. Wasn't expecting Fer to come from underground. And then when that actually happened, you saw Olafmeister peeking a little bit extra on the A bombs, peeking the A ramp, and also just as he was about to peek Palace, that's where Fallen was, just waiting for him. And by the time you got that kill, then you left the whole A bomb site completely open. There was really nothing Fnatic could do.
I was maybe a little bit overconfident there from JW. He heard the shots from underneath and then went for the peak again. Lost his head, and Luminosity move up to just 3 rounds away from sending us into our 3rd map here. In this final quarterfinal with Virtus Pro waiting, I'm sure, watching this game and thinking, you know, we could take maybe both of these teams. Bolton and Crims will exchange here. We see a scout actually this round for JW, so scraping things together for Fnatic, trying to keep themselves here on Mirage.
Fur crept his way all the way through underpass. Coldzera and Fallen also full mid control. It's going to be a B hit, it looks like, but that bomb has been left. They're not interested in going for the bomb. They want to ruin the economy of Fnatic, but they have to start getting kills. Crims and Fur absolutely face to face. The second this smoke dissipates, one of them is going down, and it's going to be Fur. Crims holds steady, gets himself the second of the round, but Fallen quickly responds as JW drops. Now Steel with the bomb on a long rotate through T-spawn, but the rest of his team need to join him. Fallen's going to make tracks here. 45 seconds on the clock, but Flusher already moving into position. Olofmeister might get caught out by Coldzera.
30 seconds almost left in the round. And Luminosity are going to open things up again. Crims, he was low HP anyway from that one. Question is now, what can Olaf and Flusher do? That is Olaf spotting the head of Coldzera, and all of a sudden it is now 2-on-2. Olaf coming here from Connector, and there's the pushing from CT Spawn from Flusher. Gets himself the 2. We're back tied at 13-all.
Yeah, and Luminosity again very short on time. They had all of mid. Cold was even in the winner room there as well, getting caught off guard by Olofmeister in a very awkward situation since he just got a kill from there as well. It's not like Fnatic doesn't know that he's there, and then having no nades left, planning towards the A-bomb side, and then just as Olofmeister killed Cold, they couldn't even plan towards Connect. They were forced to plan towards CT spawn, and it just didn't make any sense. They should have just taken their time, gone together, and just went to B.
This had to have surely been the time to call a timeout. 13-13 for tournament career on its edge. But instead, Luminosity confident in their play. They've been getting the picks. They've been making the plays. They've took it 13-13. They have it in them. They are being challenged neck and neck by Fnatic every round. They have to find the first pick, and Pronax and Flusher went aggressive, but they weren't expecting JW. The second they saw 2 people on short, they expected B to be empty, and JW strikes. But now they know there's only 2 on A site, and that's where they're bursting through on. They're going through. Olaf and Crims going down.
Olaf is still there, though. He will get the bottom planter, but Fur was there with his Tech 9. And we are at a 3 versus 3. Flusher again coming in from CT spawn, and again will stop the bomb from being planted. And just Fur and Coldzera holding on to this round, and they're going to say we need to adjust here. We need to make a different move, but Max gonna come up ladder. He will spot the head of one, will spray down Coldzera as well, and now Fur with 30 seconds, 1 versus 3. This is surely 14 rounds on the board for Fnatic.
Yeah, Luminosity made a right call there when they didn't know that Fnatic had 3 members on the B bomb site. Problem was that they had no nades. Even when they actually managed to kill off a bunch of people on A, they couldn't really plant the bomb anyway. And it just made, you saw there, as soon as Fnatic noticed, well, we don't have anyone A anymore, let's just rotate, and this is where the pulse comes in, and just basing off Luminosity's money, it's, like Dima was saying, they should have taken it last round, because right now, they're forced to make a decision here, either just force buy with the ones you have, buy some smokes, go with the A smoke round again, and hope that it works, or just fully save, and just hope that you end up in a tie.
Yeah, their economy is ruined because this is they haven't got the kicking yet of the bonus, but 14-13 Fnatic. They have been pushed a lot harder than anybody else throughout this tournament, but if they were to take this, it would be 4 maps without challenge, without contesting. And they would move through to that semi-finals against Virtus Pro. It is almost written on the wall. And the trophy that they held in Katowice is looking still to be a favourite for them.
Yeah, and I think if Luminosity knew that the Fnatic's money is in very bad shape, they would have actually bought here, because then you can actually really go for the win. If they end up winning that round, Fnatic would have been forced on a save, and that leaves Luminosity in a very good situation. But instead, they choose to just go on a massive save, just go Palace, and hope that they can at least kill off between Fnatic members.
Oh, that's going to be the moment. Little Cold Zero going down. They're just going to pour out a Palace, but Crims will get 2 down. Olafmeister and JW respond. And now Fur trying to rush down JW. Can he find a head? JW go neck and neck with a pistol, and he manages to find the dome of Fur. Bolt's the last man standing. He's cut down in his tracks. It's match point. It was a bottles.
Yeah, it's make it or break for Luminosity. We'll see what they end up buying here. Again, one thing they actually haven't tried yet, that is actually the A split round. And the way that Fnatic's playing, they do have one around connector. If they catch him off guard, they have basically hold the A side open. But instead, we'll probably see here just a regular default round coming in from Luminosity, trying to get a pick or two.
Well, Fnatic aren't going to play this one so super default. Olafmeister is going to push up and will find the first frag of the round, putting them one step closer here into the semi-final. He will smoke out mid and returns back into position. 5 versus 4 now. Fnatic don't really need to play with any aggression, and especially not now as they've seen 2 men pushing over onto this B site. The flashes will slow them down, and they're all going to push around to defend the bomb. It's not quite with them, but Bolts has actually come in here. There's a drop from Apartments. Pronax gets himself another one. It's all now on Fur and Fallen.
Oh, but the rotate is so slow. Fur and Fallen all trying to get on in there, but Fnatic were in position. They were ready and waiting to go. And now, with the clock ticking, it is just 2 members remaining for Luminosity to keep the hopes and dreams alive. And the captain with his main right-hand man. Can they do it? Pronax just on 5 half, remember. Olafmeister also low, so JW and Crims are going to be the key members, and they are the people moving into position. Fur and Fallen creeping their way in. JW getting flashed into sight. May well get flushed as well, because Fur's found him. And Crims, Fallen manages to catch on towards Olafmeister. Suddenly it's a 2-on-2 situation. This is turned on its head. And now with the bomb plant down, Pronax going to make the rotate. But remember, he's only got 5 health. It's Crims they need to worry about over at CT spawn. He's going to get the little peek around Fur. He's going to land the challenge, and he manages to find the head. This game is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Pronax has to back away. It's going to be 15-14. Luminosity not done yet.
Wow, yeah, and talk about making something out of nothing. Fair and Fallen, obviously the main 2 men for Luminosity, didn't even have any nades, not really helping their teammates when they actually ended up hitting the B bomb site, falling back all the way to T-spawn, hitting the A bomb site, getting 2 very fast kills, getting the bomb down as well, leaving a 2-on-2 situation, ending up winning the round. And again, you know, it's one round left. Can Luminosity do it?
Looking down the money here for Fnatic. Not everyone's got all that much to work with. You already see that FAMAS 1 and 2 for Pronax and Crims. JW is all in on this round though. Glass cannon with that AWP. This will be a time for him to come up big for Fnatic and see them through into that semi-final clash with Virtus Pro. And we see 3 men already moving off towards that B site, including Fallen, who's going to be scoped in. Pronax is in danger of losing his helmet. Missed shot though. It's
such a hard shot to land for Fallen there, trying to get that little tag onto Pronax. All you see is the slightest of heads just popping up. They did give mid control up, and that's giving Cold Zero a chance to get up to the top of mid. But JW now thinking better of it and actually going to rotate back around to A. So they're going to give mid completely up to Luminosity. That may give them the smallest advantage they need.
Smoke going to hop over there, completely close off connector, and that now will allow them to split onto their site of choice. I see that Fnatic though are already thinking, okay, is this going to be A? Let's check out Palace, let's see what's going on there. They notice that no one is there. They must know now this is going to happen. The push is going to be coming in. 1 man drops on balcony. Flusher though is on site. He's got a man off to his right. Will go down. Pronax, he's still there though. He's tucked away, and the bomb is actually up on top here as JW from window gets another one. Finally they deal with Pronax, but we're down to just a 3-on-3. Make that a 3-on-2 as Fur takes down Olaf.
Fur keeping a great great hold in mid there as well, but JW is going to push on through, going up close and personal with the AWP in hand. Crims is backing him up from Kitchen. They're going to try and tick it down. The bomb needs to go down. There's only 7 seconds remaining here. They have to get the planting. coldzera just about makes it in time, but JW and Crims still hold strong. Crims pushes on through, finds himself one. All he needs is Fallen. He's got an AWP in hand. It's so tricky to hold on to this one. He just needs to give himself a moment, a breather. Oh, that's the shot he needed to land. They know his position. They're going to try and push him down. He needs to switch to pistol. They're going to get him. Fnatic will take it. They will get a defuse. It's 16-14 Fnatic. They move through to face Virtus Pro in the semi-finals.
Oh my god, that's so heartbreaking for Luminosity, having the entire B bomb site, dropping the bomb up in the B hallway. If that bomb would have just dropped down, they would have gotten the bomb down. They would have gotten a lot in a lot better position as well.